Hi everyone. Today, we're discussing 3 hidden elites, genetically mutated ones. The old lady strives to master their super survival skills. Unfortunately, their talents were used by top management, turning them into a half-criminal alert system. These profits are remarkable, but suffering's a big issue. Close their eyes, they were living horror films. Shocked John exclaims, "What's going on?" The old lady continues. Usually, these 3 prophets see the same gruesome scenes, but the strongest female prophet, which is a special snowflake who sometimes catches what the guys miss. For instance, a killer quits, but all key evidence, it's mysteriously gone. Meaning the system's not flawless, innocent people were caught, yet the director called it privacy protection. But, to keep up appearances, the director made sure that info was buried long ago. If you want the scoop, you'll have to crack open the prophet's brain treasure chest. After hearing these secrets, John finally realizes the truth is nestled in the female prophet's noggin. So he hunted down a tech-savvy doctor and splurged all his savings on a pair of high-tech peepers. This was his only shot at dodging the wanted list. Swap the old peepers, and he might just slip under the radar. The surgery went pretty well, and the doc told John to unveil his eyes in 12 hours. Before leaving, the doctor gave John a magic needle as if to say, "Good luck." To fight through the eye pain, John took a hit of happy gas and dove into a time warp back to 7 years ago. That day, he and Sunshine splashed in a pool, having fun, with an epic underwater breath-holding contest. Before long, it was John's turn to hold his breath. When he finally came up, poof, John had vanished. No matter how hard John searched, he couldn't find John. Just as he woke from that nightmare. Meanwhile, Danny tracked down John's ex-wife Laura. She claimed ever since the son got kidnapped, John became a die-hard fan of Happy Gas until the police finally rolled out their prop. John didn't waste time joining. He despised crime more than anyone. But every time Laura saw him, all she could think about was their lost son, ultimately leading to the split. Since then, John was obsessed with catching crooks. Hearing he's a killer, Laura just didn't believe it. While they were chatting, the cops were already investigating the civilian area where John had his surgery. With thermal scans, the police discovered 27 heat signatures in the whole building, prompting 2 cops to waltz into the lobby and unleash a swarm of spider bots. These bots are about to run a pupil test on all 27 heat sources to confirm their identities. Upon hearing the commotion, John quickly sealed the door gap and scooped up a bucket of ice. He swiftly followed the tether to the bathroom and dumped all the ice into the tub. Soon, the bots congregated at his door, and seeing no gaps to squeeze through, one chilly bot opened the ventilation duct, and the next second, they popped the hat. The robots marched right into John's room, while John was submerged underwater. Cops quickly noticed the heat source had gone MIA, but this size. Definitely not a kitty or puppy. They were gearing up for a closer look. Before long, a swarm of bots surrounded the bathtub, using their motors to force John up to the surface. Even though the 12 hours weren't up yet, John wasn't going to worry about that. He had the bots do a scan, and thankfully, the identity check passed. They couldn't catch anyone this time, but Danny was racing against the clock, so they had to split up and keep searching for those bots. Just when you think it's safe, John's door got hit with a ticket to trouble. John's entrance was suddenly a trapdoor, as if to say, "Don't even think about escaping." Again, John's entrance got ambushed with the "Don't try to run" warning thrown in. John's door was taken yet again, replaying the doorway capture show for the audience. John's door was caught again. It's a miracle of emergency action at the door. Caught yet again, John can't help but exclaim, "I'm actually totally surrounded." John's door got nabbed again, and it turned into a cringe-worthy side story. This door has been caught by someone once again, just like the door gods have arrived with a powerful strike. The doorway was caught by someone again, truly a historic moment of doorway alarms. Once more, John's door is a hot mess, reminding him of last year's door magic. John's door was snagged again. Delivery of surprises at home just keeps coming. John's doorway was caught by people again. It's practically a capture party at the door. John's door was snagged again, leaving everyone puzzled about what this door show was up to. John's door was caught once more, a relentless comedy act at the front line. John's doorway was caught in the act again, keeping the comedy show at the doorstep continuing. John's doorstep was caught by someone again, a truly grand return of the doorway dominator. Yet, there were left numerous horrifying moment photos in the bed. Among them were numerous photos of John's son. It was at this moment he truly grasped why he needed vengeance. The truth cut deep. The freak named Crow, he's the terrible kidnapper from back in the day. In extreme anguish, John went berserk and exploded upon seeing Crow. He slammed Crow against the wall. As a father, there's no way he'd let a kidnapper get away without a fine wrecking. He revealed that after taking John's kid, he shoved him in a barrel and tossed it in the sea. John was utterly crushed and sent Crow flying with a kick. This guy had to go, he got a serious beatdown. Then he stood by the window while the prophecy countdown ticked down.